pleasure's all yours, Bucky boys.
What's happening, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Nitro Nick, as always, in studio for the big end of the year show. It's the awards season again, Nick. We've been doing this 5 years now.
Gotta be, hasn't it?
I think, the 5th or 6th annual award show. Thank you so much for tuning in. 2025 has come and gone. Maybe the year of John Cena. When you look back 5 years from now, what are you going to remember about 2025?
I think it's going to go as what do we do now? What if John Cena wasn't here? It's probably the worst year since Roman returned. I think it had some memorable moments.
Yep.
Some things we won't forget ever. Maybe one of the greatest promos of all time. But overall, I feel like a lot of people are just sliding back into pre-bloodline roles.
Thank you, everybody out there that voted. The voting is a little bit different this year. In the past, we had people nominate their own first, second, and third place
for each category.
Every category. We've got all the ones that you've seen everywhere else. Breakout Star of the Year, Best and Worst Male, Best and Worst Female, Best Show, all that sort of thing. This year, we gave everybody a ballot that had 10 options on it per category. And instead of first, second, third place votes, there was just one vote. So now what we have this year, we just have percentages. If you had one that stood out, write it in, and we will name some of those because there were some good ones. Hey, let's start out where we do every single year. We start out with the most improved wrestler of the year.
Cool.
Lots of votes here coming across, but the number one guy by quite a large margin, Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio, with 29.4% of the vote, coming in second with 17.6%, so 12% more. Kyle Fletcher coming in there. And then we had a tie between Naomi and Bronson Reed. Those are your tops, Dirty Dom. And also what we'll do, we'll give you our top three as we go as well. Some of them are a lot different than what all you guys at home voted for. But there you go, Dirty Dom.
Ryan, you're talking about a guy to me that I thought was unwatchable when he first started. Remember, he was in that.
I think Rey Mysterio thought he was on.
Yeah, that full body suit and everything. He's pulling off. It was just really weird. He has come such a long way, and to be honest with you, it's him and Liv that are holding Judgment Day above water right now, and more. I think a lot of it's him. And it's really hard with him right now because is he a face or a heel?
Yeah. Well, the people like him.
They do.
And that's a long time thing. Piper back in the day. Austin got turned by the crowd. Yeah, you had Naomi number one.
I've never liked the glow thing. I thought it was terrible. Me and you always said this. There's something there. The woman can work. Yeah. And she never really got a chance to really get the mic and talk a lot. And I saw her evolve and get better on the mic. And she was one of the coolest things in the women's division this year. The heel turn, the whole Jade coming in and wrecking her in Elimination Chamber, I thought was a great moment. And in third, I had El Grande Americano, hailing from the Gulf of America, man.
I have Kyle Fletcher number one. He has had a great year. You know, he wasn't unwatchable or anything before, but he was just there. He's got a gimmick now. He's got an image now, and I think he's done a great job. I got him number one. This one's going to shock some people. I got Solo number two. I think Solo is vastly improved from what he was because he was nothing. He'd just stand there and make noise, and he was like Roman's heavy. Well, now he has an attitude. His promos, those packs they do on them, the group stinks, but I think he's been good. And then I got Naomi at three. Probably would be one, except she was only there for a short period of time.
Got it.
But yeah, she did a good job. But no, as far as the people though, it's a runaway Dominic Mysterio. I didn't have Dom on my list because I've always thought he was good. Go back to WrestleMania 39. My favorite match of WrestleMania 39, which is probably the best WrestleMania in 25 years. That Dom Ray match. I thought he was great when he was doing the prison stuff. So I don't think he's all that improved because I've thought he's been good. We did the biggest rise, the most improved. Well, now who had the biggest fall of 2025? Who was up there and fell down the list? And it's another runaway. Lots of votes here for a number of different people, but in a runaway 27.3% of the vote, Damian Priest.
Fair enough.
And you look at him, I think he was on Main Event like 2 weeks ago. And here's a guy that won the world title, cashed in at WrestleMania 40, and now what's he doing? He's in a 10-year-long feud with Aleister Black, not really doing anything. Coming in second, Andrade. That's one that should be up there. You know, he came over, thought they were going to do something with him in WWE. They did nothing, and then the whole mess. Could he stay? Can he go? What's his whole deal? He comes in second, and then we have a bunch all tied with just under 10%. Julia, where did she go? Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and Chris Jericho. Your thoughts on who won it there, Nick, and then who do you have?
Damian Priest, well-deserving. I had him in my 3. He was 3. He's dropped that title, and the old line hasn't gotten up since. I myself had Bayley. I didn't think it could get worse, but it is, man. And
It's
you're
not
talking
good.
to a guy, and he gives me stuff all the time on this because I actually liked her during COVID.
You did.
I was one of my favorite people during COVID, and it has been downhill since that. And the hill keeps she keeps picking up steam going down this. I mean, everything from it seems like they don't know what to do with her. They had those crazy promos with her where she was losing her and hearing voices. They don't know what to do with her. Got her on there, and I got Copeland at number 2. Or I'm sorry, Cope.
Yes.
And I'm an edge guy, Ryan.
Yeah, always have been.
This is awful. It's time to call it. This is bad.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Like, everything he's done, I think, since he's got to, and it's just getting worse.
Yeah.
They almost feel for people out there, like a lot of AEW is almost to these guys what the Tiger, the Lions were in the old, like, well, my career's almost over. Let me go sign a contract with the Lions and just make some money.
I've got Charlotte Flair number 1. People have not really liked her for years. She comes back at the Rumble. They love her in WWE. They just absolutely love her. They put the Royal Rumble on her. She wins it. The place boos. Then the whole thing with Tiffany, the place is booing and booing and booing. Then thought maybe they saved her a little bit with the tag team with Alexa, but that came and went. And then another team, if you remember, this has been a couple years ago. Remember when we did this award show and we got numerous votes? Dax Harwood, Wrestler of the Year.
That doesn't make sense.
Remember those?
I wish I didn't.
I got FTR at 3, and I've never been a big fan. We'll get into that more later. But, dude, even the AEW people are like, okay. They're just, that whole, wherever they were, that wave they were riding, it's over.
Well, and maybe we should go with what we see and hear on TV versus what some guy tells us on his show.
Or the wrestler who's constantly talking to people online as well.
AEW defenders who don't realize they're turning people off to their product more than they're turning people on.
Rookie of the Year was tough because there's so many companies. And when are you a rookie? Are you a rookie when you get to the main roster? Are you a rookie when you go to AEW the first time? What do you do? What's really a rookie?
NXT has killed it.
So we changed it to Breakout Star of the Year. So it's mostly the younger people or the people who are just now getting big pushes. Breakout Star of the Year
I'm curious,
is what
who
we're
got
calling it this year. And this is another runaway. It's 32.4% of the votes. Stephanie Vaquer.
Awesome.
Stephanie Vaquer is your winner, followed by Jacob Fatu, who was in the running last year. I think he may have won it actually last year. He was there. Kyle Fletcher in second, along with Javon Evans at 14.7% of the vote. Stephanie doubles everybody. She has had an incredible year as far as she's won 4 belts, I think. She won the 2 in NXT, then she's the world champ, and she won the crown jewel. Huge year as far as that goes. We'll get into more of a little bit this year, and maybe you will right now, but you can't really argue that. I mean, she has been...
It was her dream.
I am the breakout star. Yeah, your thoughts on Stephanie.
I voted
it's
for
hard
her.
to argue.
I voted for her.
Yeah.
I am not as... Again, I want to preface this. I don't dislike her. That's not the thing. She can work. She's really good in the ring. We just started saying this months ago. it seems like there's just certain wrestlers like Jey Uso and others that we'll come into. There's just like one thing about you. And maybe she has a certain move that I think has gotten her over.
She has a certain body part
yes,
that has gotten her over.
An anatomy piece.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
That has gotten her over. I'm going to go on a limb and say she does deserve this.
Oh, no doubt.
But I'm going to say, I hope we can replay this. Next year, biggest fall is going to be Stephanie Vakir.
Well, people are catching on.
I just don't. She's got to do something else.
We've been saying it, that all anybody cares about is
the devil's kiss.
The devil's kiss. And you're starting to hear that a lot of other places now. And if you listen to the crowd is kind of dead. Till she does that, then they go crazy. My biggest thing is in what you were doing here, she shows no emotion.
None.
She's like not even stoic. She's like stone face. She just goes.
It's like her mom made her come out there and wrestle. Like she didn't want to, but like you got
here.
Yeah,
there's
my dream.
Yes, I am excited. Like she's that. There's the
pretend it's Christmas morning or something, man. Go out there. It's my dream. You know, get out there.
I know it's her second language, but
it is
obviously she can speak.
Well, at least
just be excited. Second place, you've got Obafemi. He looks good. We've saw.
You know, he's my kind of guy. He's a monster. He weighs more than me, and he's taller than me, which helps me believe, oh, wow, this guy can
not nearly as jacked, though.
No. Yeah. But, I think there's potential.
I think Oba could be absolutely huge. And then third place, you have Megan Bain coming in third place. She's another one, may even be worse than Stephanie. All that girl does to me is go. That's all she does. No emotion, no nothing. She just walks out and does this 10 times a match. I'm going Fletcher again.
Boy,
I think Fletcher, he's got the look. He's very Randy Orton-esque. I think he can work. I think he does have charisma. I think the future there is huge. I got Stephanie too, and then Javon Evans, who we've seen a lot of the last couple of weeks. Best mic skills. A lot of dudes who could have won this one. A lot of dudes. And this is a tight race. Tightest one we've had so far. A former winner a couple years back. I think one of the first years we did it when he went to AEW. CM Punk, 32.4% of the votes. Two guys dominated. The other one just behind him, 26.5%. John Cena coming in at number 2. And then Becky Lynch coming in at 3. Tony Storm coming in at 4, and then a few others that got votes. But this was all about CM Punk and John Cena. They were the two guys.
It's kind of fitting for the end of the year. The soulmates, if you will. I get the Punk. I honestly don't think he's great. I think one of the bigger things he has, though, he comes off as authentic, whether you believe him or not. Yeah. He is great. I'm fine with him.
You got him third on your list.
I just really felt this year, because the best promo of the year, we were in attendance in the building.
It was against CM Punk.
But it was John Cena, and that's what and the whole year was Cena. I voted Cena at 1, and I had Becky, who I thought might be having arguably one of the best. Obviously, the year she took off was great, in the man. This is one of the top best years she's ever had, I think. She is she has the women's division off a cliff, and she's holding them like this right now. I think so. In there, she is what I want to watch on the women's division.
I've got Becky number 1. Cena is not on my list because while you're right, the moment of the year is maybe what you were just talking about. I think in all, his promos were not good, especially when he first turned. He cut the same promo on the fans like 8 weeks in a row. And like, all right, dude, we got it. It's our fault. Say something else. So I don't have him there. I got Becky. I've got Drew. And even though it's a down year for Drew, his promos, when they do let him talk, are still great. The stuff he does on social media is still great.
It seems like he's not out of touch with people. Like, like WWE, especially, and I'm not going to pick on Vince, but a lot of times,
10 years behind.
Yeah, you'd have a guy in 2019 going, "Who let those dogs out? Who let them out?" And
woof, woof, woof.
Yeah.
Maybe they can put that on a shirt.
In my opinion, that sucked.
Most overrated wrestler. This one was a dead heat. But in the end, the Yeet Man is the winner. Jey Uso with 27.3% of the vote. Once again, this one, basically lots of votes, lots of different people, but two people dominated. The other one, who Jay just barely holds off, is Mercedes Money. 24.2% of
Some
the vote.
people didn't even realize who they were voting for.
I was going to say, because I do know there is one guy. I don't know who voted for what, but you did tell me, because you sent me the thing so I could make these graphics and everything. Mercedes is so irrelevant that this guy doesn't even know her name. He wrote in Sasha Banks. When, like, the second person on the list is Mercedes, Nick writes in Sasha Banks. So that's how irrelevant she is.
Ryan, it's a channel change for me. When she comes on, I just don't care anymore. And I don't care that she has Bob's Backyard title. She's got the Flushing High School wrestling title. She
can't win that.
Yeah, that's probably true. But yeah, these little titles that are so irrelevant, they don't even mention them on the show.
You have her number one. I do as well. She comes on, and her segments are that bad.
I don't want to watch it.
I either turn them, or sometimes they're so bad that you can't turn them off, because you're like, how much worse can this get?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't understand. Can she work? Absolutely, she can work. Everybody can work nowadays. As good of a worker as she is, her promos are that bad.
Well, and
it makes me just, I don't want to watch it.
I will say, I do agree. I'm not mad at Jey Uso. We were sitting there, Ryan, we said this.
We said it from the get-go.
He's an entrance, man.
The entrance, and then what? And we are, and you know me, again, WrestleMania 39, the Bloodline is my favorite thing of the last 25 years.
Bloodline's been the best thing since the NWO.
Yeah, no question. I love the Usos. They're my number one tag team of all time. But when they split up, I'm like, ugh. And then the entrance, and like, dude, the bell's got a ring.
Yep.
And that's true. So I have no problem. He did not make my top three. I've got, you've got your favorite as always.
I'm always putting him on there because he is detrimental to the sport to me. I can't take it seriously. He makes the other guy look bad in every freaking match he fights because he's beating you with his hands in his pockets. What does that say, though, right? I mean, am I wrong on this,
folks? Kicking you in the shins.
Right. And then he's such a mental, he's in their heads. Do they not have access to the HBO app? Like, we've all seen this over and over again. I'm going to vote him as like overrated till he retires. I cannot stand him.
I have one at number 2 who is the same thing for me, and it was tough, 1 and 2, because MJF is my guy, and I had him at number 1 until this week when some things changed. I was going to have him number 1 again. Look at what he's done. We're going to get into it later. He had 2 major feuds that were so bad this year, they were just completely dropped. He came back the other day, and he makes P. Diddy jokes, and he made some other jokes, and it was just like more shock, jock, 101 joke books, your mom's fat. It's not interesting. I don't think it's good. I had him number 1. I had Mercedes lower because I think people have fallen off the Mercedes bandwagon. So I'm like, well, she can't be overrated because people have lowered her on the rating this past year. Then a bunch of other awards came out, like the Sports Illustrated Awards and the Bleacher Report Awards that had her as the Female Wrestler of the Year. And I go, well, you're back to number 1. I'm sorry. You were number 2. Now you're number 1. So MJF, you caught a break, buddy. Back to the positive. The exact opposite. From most overrated to most underrated wrestler of the year. And this one, again, not close. 23.5%. You and I both did vote for him. Montez Ford
what are they not saying?
Is your winner. Followed by Athena, 11.8%, and Carmelo Hayes, 11.8%. A couple others there with just under 10%. But once again, Montez Ford at the top, and he's at the top of both of our lists, too.
Every time he talks, every time he's in the ring, I'm sitting there going, what are you not seeing, people? Like, you gave Jey Uso a shot. I'm with everybody. I'm glad he ran, and I'm going to vote for him again next year.
I mean, people have been begging for it for like 3 years.
I don't, that we listen to what the fans want. Okay, well then give us Montez Ford.
your list, a guy who did not do much this year. Thought maybe the New Day thing was going to go somewhere. It didn't. You had Grayson Waller.
Makes me laugh, Ryan. I think he's great on the mic. And you got me looking at her over the summer. And maybe you were looking that way. You got me noticing her.
Don't put that evil on me.
Yeah, but Kiana James can talk.
Yeah.
She's got a look.
Yep.
She does.
She can work.
I'm wondering what the deal, like, why are we not pulling the trigger on these Ford and James, and like, why
well,
is
they
she
have with her, but she's Julia's mouthpiece. Because Julia was supposed to be and is not. I guess I'll put her at number 3 for me because I put, like, I don't know. For number 3, let's go to best in-ring worker. This one, neck and neck, came down till today. Voting went through this morning. It came down to today. And it's Seth Rollins by a hair. By a hair over Will Ospreay, 23.5% to 21%. Will Ospreay, and then another one in there. Gunther. People like that strong style. They like the power bombs. They like the choke out. They like the chops. Gunther comes in third, and then a bunch of other dudes all getting votes.
To me, a 5-star match isn't just the work and the feud has got to be good.
The story.
I got to care about the wrestlers who are involved in the match. The finish to the match has to be done correctly. It's not just about did the match flow and have all these flippy moves and all this. Everything has to align, and I think
selling.
And Seth Rollins usually aligns everything in his matches. I think he's very well deserved of this. I had Logan Paul at 2. I don't know if some people don't like him. I think he's amazing in the ring. And then at 3rd, I did vote Ospreay. The guy can put on great matches. It's just this is not
selling to me. It's not a big thing.
It's not a big dig. That's how he was taught, though.
The constantly getting hit with nukes and then just getting up, things like that. That is not for me. Again, I got Drew too. I think he's massively underrated because of how big he is. The stuff he can do at his size, I think nobody else can do. I think he's great still. And again,
you love Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher, I think if there's one dude in AEW with it, name all of them, Hangman, Swerve, this guy, I would pick Kyle Fletcher
WWE
first.
is going to go after him?
He just re-signed.
Okay.
So, no, not for a couple years.
Not for a couple of years, but
yeah, they would be smart if they did. Our next award of the evening is Best Faction, the number 1 faction of the year. This was a pretty tough one. There were a few awards
because we were like,
because who?
Yeah, it was all.
There's a few of them this year. This was one of the big ones. How do you vote for any of these and run away again? Is the Vision almost by default, though?
Yeah.
32.4%. They win it. Number 2 is Judgment Day with 20.6, and then Hurt Syndicate and the Don Callis family. So that tells you how tough it is. The Vision does win. They've tried to rebuild it here now that Seth is out, all the younger dudes.
I like Logan in these because these are all guys that need to be together. Just got to be careful. They can't lose too much, man.
Yep. You got the Vision number 1.
Yeah.
You got Judgment Day 2, who I know you're not a fan of, but who else is there?
I love Dom and I love Liv.
And then Hurt Syndicate. You got number 3.
I thought they were pretty dominant.
Yeah, I had to vote for one, and I voted for the Vision. But if I was really, because you had to vote for every category, I got none. And then I have 0 in second place, and then the Vision in third place. I did have to vote, so there we go. But I do think it's better now. It didn't work for me. It was like forced at the beginning, with Seth and then the 2 younger guys. I do think it's got a little more now that I guess Braun is the man.
It helped. Seth really overshadowed them.
The opposite, the worst faction of the year. And this one was tough because there's so many bad ones. Which one do you pick? This was another nail biter. Just a couple of votes making the difference here. But the winner with 30.3% of the vote is the Wyatt 6. They win it barely over the Death Riders, 27.3, and then a big-time drop. Alpha Academy getting 15% of the vote. They come in third. Wyatt 6 is your winner. I know you have never been a fan. This was your number 1.
I'm gonna vote
My
for
number
them
1
too.
was the Death Riders because, again, they're your main dudes. And people were like, Get this off my TV. So I had them number 1. Wyatt's I didn't because to WWE's credit, which you can't give a lot to this year, they've kind of kept them off TV a little bit and used them in small doses.
I'm just going to vote for the Supernatural when it's on here. I just don't like it. It doesn't have a place. We've always said this. Michael Myers cannot be a wrestler. It does not work. You can't fight like it doesn't work. Luke Skywalker, we can't have a character named the Jedi and bring him out and he force pushes guys. It won't work.
I've seen them try.
Whatever we think of Bray Wyatt and his character and everything, he did, if you like it or hate, he did do the character well.
Yeah.
Now I've got the cover band. This guy is not Bray Wyatt. This guy, it's like, you went to see...
It's Bro Wyatt.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Bo Wyatt.
It's the cover guy who's not as good as his brother. He's literally living off Bray Wyatt.
The tribute band.
And who's in the conglomeration? Orange Cassidy. That's why I voted for them.
Isn't there like 400 people in that group?
I think so, but anything with Orange Cassidy I hate. So I'm sorry.
Again, the Death Riders, they're your main event.
They are.
You could not get away from them. Moxley is not my cup of tea. The death matches are not my cup of tea. They're the death ratings is what they should be called. Wait, what happened?
Death rating.
Yeah, that. Yeah. We did get one vote, and I have to, somebody wrote this in, which you can, we had 10 for everything, and then an other if you wanted to write in. All of them. I don't know who wrote that, but one guy did write that.
God bless you. That should be at the top.
One dude did write the Vision worst. This was a big one. I don't know that we've ever had so many comebacks in 1 year. 1 million comebacks this year. Best comeback of the year, probably not a big surprise. John Cena gets the comeback of the year.
Because he kept the company afloat.
Becky Lynch coming in second. By the way, Cena gets nearly 30% of the vote. Becky gets 17.5%. And then Alexa is there along with AJ Lee. But holy crap, all these. Jade came back. Darby came back. Brock came back. Rusev came back. Aleister Black came back. There are so many comebacks this year. So it was going to be interesting. But again, Cena is the big winner. You had Cena number one on yours. I did not. We had 1 and 2 flipped. I had Becky.
I could have won either way. I love Becky Lynch is my, as female all-time favorite. Her and Stratus. But yeah, I could argue either one of those. I just put Cena because Ryan, I keep going over in my head if he was not here this year.
Yeah.
Like if he's not here this year, I'm thinking like, man, I might go watch reruns of 95. Like, I mean, that's how bad this year a lot of it was.
Bertha Faye?
Yeah, I got to give it because he was what we were watching every week.
What made the difference was, and Cena's matches were pretty much all good.
Yeah.
But there was like no story. The second half especially. Him turning face, there was no story to that at all.
He had a beer, right?
Face.
He had a beer.
Right. And then he just fights Logan. Then he just fights Brock. Then he just fights AJ. Like everything
fights
just
Gunther.
Matches. A tournament to fight Gunther. Where Becky had stories throughout the year.
She did.
Now, I know some people didn't like them. And I originally did not want her to be heel. When they turned her, I'm like, what are you doing? You tried this before. People want to cheer this girl, but she plays it so well.
She's awesome.
Best feud. Feud of the year. We have our first tie. We have them maybe about once a year we get a tie. Both with 24.2% of the vote. It is CM Punk against Seth Rollins, the feud that pretty much went all year and even into 2024 a little bit.
I don't know that they're done.
I don't either because, again, dude gets hurt.
Right.
I don't know. And AJ Lee and Becky are still going anyway. That is there, and it is tied with the one I voted for, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. 24.2%. And another one that got a ton of votes, Toni Storm and Mariah May.
I thought one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time with wrestling, Ryan, was the seemingly non-scripted fight with the two of them out by the bus. That was freaking awesome. Not as good, but similar to the
surveillance cameras.
The NWO beating up and jumping Rey Mysterio and the other wrestlers in the back. You had people there. I remember with the phones like, is this real? You've done that is what you want people asking. Is that Is he really hurt? Are they really hating each other?
What happened?
I could see Kevin's arguments. It's really cool feud.
Brought back the wing angle. I think we all knew it right away. Like, oh, they're going to have a ladder match with both belts. So that made sense. That was cool. That match was great. I loved KO because he didn't want to go into the building or whatever. He was shooting promos, sitting in his car.
Yeah.
So I thought that was all great stuff.
Stuff we haven't seen. I have no
you
problem
had
with
that. At number 2, you had Punk and Cena. Number 1.
I got nostalgic. Punk and Cena. The match was pretty good. I wish it would have been a little bit better. The promo was great. I loved watching them dance one more time.
Yeah.
That All in Texas, that
match was good.
Felt right. Everything went, stars aligned. The right guy won.
Mm-hmm.
It went down. It seemed special. And that's why I really thought that was deserving of mentioning.
We all knew what the finish was going to be, and it was the Cody Roman finish at 40. It was that finish.
It was.
But that was the smart thing to do. Yep. That was the right thing to do, and they did. Everybody who mocks in the Death Riders had screwed, came back and screwed him. Let's go for the worst feud of the year. We've got a winner, and people did not like this for maybe political reasons, for whatever, or it really wasn't all that great. John Cena, Brock Lesnar is your winner. 27.3% of the vote. And then followed behind that, the Death Riders against AEW, which I had. Tied with that is MJF against Jeff Jarrett. The feud went for about 2 weeks, and it was so bad, and it got such a negative reaction, they just killed it.
Yep.
So that's that. And then also Max Caster against Anthony Bowens coming in fourth. That tag team split up, and they never really did anything. Now they're kind of like trying to put them back together a little bit right now. So I don't know what's going on there. But Cena Lesnar, neither of us had that on our list. I've got Death Riders, and yes, I did put D Riders on there. So, there you go. And you had MJF against Jarrett.
Well, number 1, I don't ever want to see Jeff Jarrett again.
Dude, they were trying to John Cena him.
Yeah.
Hey, he's going to have a go-away tour,
Except
too.
the only person...
Except you're Jeff Jarrett.
Vince Russo is the only guy that thinks you're John Cena.
I don't even know if he does anymore.
It just didn't... It was bad. It was... The two of them in the ring was cringeworthy.
Dude, the promos were brutal. And, like, the stuff they were saying, calling each other's wives skanks, and, like... It was, I always think MJF is try hard. That was like try hard.
Yeah.
It was and Jarrett, it's just as bad. It was brutal.
Yep. That was mine. And I did the same thing. MJF versus Hurt Syndicate is my second one because, again, same thing.
Just dropped it.
They're just in this group together. It doesn't ever seem like MJF is in it. Then he's just out of it, and then they don't do anything.
Right.
And then my third one was EO versus the Kabuki Warriors because, my God, can Kairi Sane ask her what? We're sorry. I can fix the family. We can, it's just, it didn't.
Every week. And now she's finally like a heel, but holy crap, for like 2 months, she's like, I'm sorry, Yo.
And
I'm
still
sorry.
haven't got the
crying.
We still haven't got the payoff because EO is kind of feuding with this, and I think she's dating Rhea now, right?
I think they've been going steady for a few weeks.
Jeez, oh Pete. And it doesn't even, I get that they're against the Kabuki Warriors, but we all see this pushing toward a Rhea EO.
Right.
Like, that's what this is,
like,
right?
She's all over her so much, literally all over her constantly, because then she's going to, like, be on her one day and then just
she's got to, right?
drill her, right?
She's got to.
You would think.
But I get the Lesnar one, man, because, again, this was one of those matches
There was no feud.
And I don't know that anybody was asking to see this again.
And there's a lot of people, too, that just don't want to watch Brock Lesnar anymore.
I get it.
For whatever reason. He's in the lawsuit. Screw him. I got, as I told you, Death Riders AEW. This was as bad as anything in WWE all year. Becky against Bayley against Lyra. Those promos were so bad. And it's still going with Lyra. Oh my gosh, and she's in there. I got my Becky stompers on. I'm like, oh, dude, this is brutal. Match of the year. This one. Another runaway. And I think both of us had that. Yeah. We did get a lot of votes for different matches. A lot of write-ins on this one as well, outside of the 10. But number 1 with 33.3%. I think that's the highest vote we've gotten so far. It is the triple threat WrestleMania Night 2, Io versus Bianca versus Rhea for the ladies championship. That is your winner, followed by Cena and Cody at Summerfest.
That was a great Summerfest.
And then a bunch of them are tied with around 9 to 10%. Hangman and Mox all in Texas.
It was a big match. Good
Seth,
match.
Punk, Roman at WrestleMania. Hangman versus Ospreay from Double or Nothing.
Okay.
And then Tony
All
and
good
Mariah's, their final
Okay.
one. Those all got a lot of votes as well. But the consensus, and we agree, that triple threat, I said that night, that's the best women's match I've ever seen.
Yes, it was a great match. I had Cena and Cody at SummerSlam.
Yep, me too. Number 2.
It just was a good match, man. And for a guy that, it's funny, all those years, he cannot do
5 moves of doom.
And he's still on almost every pay-per-view he's on. Was the best match on the card.
Yeah, that one, I mean, it was everything the WrestleMania match wasn't.
Right.
It was awesome. Went all across the arena. The other one I had came from SmackDown, and it was that ladder match, the triple threat tag match between the Street Profits, DIY, and the Machine Guns. That match was incredible.
It was.
And they gave it away on SmackDown. Worst match of the year.
All of them.
Nick, we have yet another tie. Nikki Bella against Becky Lynch.
Okay.
And that is tied WrestleMania 41, John Cena, Cody Rhodes. I don't think that match was that bad. It was slow. It's the finish. It's Travis Scott. It's them struggling for the belt.
Yep.
That looked like a high school play.
I'd probably lean toward that just because it's a bigger match.
Because it's WrestleMania.
It's WrestleMania, and it's John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
We got Gunther and Pat McAfee from Backlash coming in third.
That was awful.
Moxley and Cope and Nia, Tiffany and Jade coming in fifth place in there. Neither of our worst matches of the year are up there. Go ahead. You have one.
Tony versus Sky Blue. Like, I don't know what I saw there.
I do.
I don't ever want to see it again.
I saw somebody working at Home Depot is what I saw. They were stapling and...
You know, me and you don't... I know people watch the show. We're not... That's not us. We're not into this stuff. We're not Nick Gage fans. Like, I mean, sorry. So that one took one. That was the worst. Mox versus Cope. Like I told you, Copeland... I think the guy has had a terrible run in AEW since he arrived. I really do. From everything just as simple as the get to his name.
Cope.
Hope.
Who thought that was a good idea?
I don't know. I'd fire them. But it was...
he just fired himself.
Well, that's what... Well, you don't book your... That's why you don't let people book themselves.
You're stapling body parts and, like, female body parts. There's nothing cool about that. There's nothing edgy about that. There's nothing about that. Like, I mean, look at the picture we have on our thing. And that's the best part, stapling her butt. She stapled all the other parts, too. That's not wrestling. Along the same lines, my number one was Mox against Darby. My man somehow got a fish tank in the ring.
As one does.
As one would. You know, your guppy needs to come with you. You can't leave him home for the weekend.
Got it.
So you got to bring old Fido over here, whatever you call a fish. I don't even know. Wanda needs to come with you. And you stick old Wanda in the ring. And then you also, stick Darby's head.
What are you going to do? You're going to kill them?
Yeah. Well, that was the Death Rider's whole gimmick. We're going to suffocate people. We're going to drown them, apparently. Like
on camera, on national television.
Doesn't
work for me, brother.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
That doesn't work for the brother here.
Why do you have a fish tank with you?
Excellent question.
What, did you put it in your pocket and bring it down? Like, why do you have this? Yeah. Are you ready for your match? Yeah, but hold on. I got to fill up my fish tank.
Ryan, it's our guy. What did he say? Scott Hall.
Cue the porno music.
What do you never say?
Don't drown people?
Yeah, except you said it a different way. Don't say you're going to kill me.
Because you're not.
Because you can't.
We got another one that dominated for the best segment/moment of the year. We kind of changed that one a little bit, too, because moments, like maybe at the end of a match or something like that, which we found out was the winner here. Moment of the year, John Cena, pipe bomb, is a late winner. Comes in and wins over top of John Cena turning heel at Elimination Chamber, which was my moment of the year.
Mine too.
John Cena.
I just don't think you can do the pipe bomb without the heel turn.
I don't know if that won because, like, we have pushed that because we were there. Obviously, we are in Michigan. If we got a lot of Michigan voters, and you could vote multiple times.
That is one of my top 5 of all time attending an actual event. If you had a box cover, 2025, Cena's face when he's hugging Cody is on the box. That's
No
2020.
question.
That's
That
why
is-
I voted for that.
That's
it's
the
on
moment of
the
the
box.
year. Yep.
And I get it. Our fans disagree with me and you, and God bless it, they get what they want. And they get the promo. But and I would say the same thing. If you did an AEW 2025 moment of it, it is Hangman Page holding that title.
Yep.
That's why I voted for those ones up there.
Yeah, no question about it, man. And we had Cena turn, Cena pipe bomb, and you had Hangman third. I have, which was on our worst list. I thought it was great because I thought it was hilarious. I got the Tiffy Charlotte shoot promo in Chicago.
Sliding into the DMs, huh?
When sliding into the DMs, like, what are you, 0 for 3? Woo! Threw down the mic and ran for her life. I thought that was great, dude. Worst segment of the year. A lot of write-ins here, man. So many I can't even tell you.
Tells you the year.
We did have a few, though, that came in. John Cena's last match got 8.7% of the vote. People writing in saying, and I put them all together. Some people said the smile. Some people said the tap out. They just said the last match. I put all those together, and that's how you get your 8.7% as far as that goes. But your worst segment of the year, and it comes in at nearly 30%. Travis Scott's 48-minute long entrance.
Still hasn't reached the ring.
he's still walking to the ring.
Today, Junior, let's go.
My problem with that one was he didn't come down to help Cena when Cena was getting dealt on. Cena had just hit his finisher. And then he comes down. Like, he doesn't need your help right now. What are you doing?
It's as bad
He's
as when
going to need it in 48 minutes.
It's as
when you
bad
get
as
to
when
the-
Edge comes in to save someone and he runs to both sides of
Yeah,
the stage.
yeah.
Well, the guy's getting just
And then
blasted
he
with a
does his
chair.
fire up
Yeah.
with coke. I got to get my stuff in, brother. Second place. Here you go. The Charlotte Tiffany shoot promo.
Oh, that did second?
That came in second place.
bad.
Couple of ties over here. We've got the Rock promo at the first Netflix show when he came out, and all of a sudden he's Cody's best friend. Cody, you're carrying the company, brother. Great job. And everybody's going.
That's not a bad. Yeah, everybody was
hold
like,
it.
what is going
Bailey hearing voices. We did have one guy that just said MJF. That's all it says. And I swear to you, it wasn't me.
If you take SmackDown, Raw, Dynamite, Collision, every week you probably had something this year. And I hate to dog on this year. All that. Every week you probably had something like, man, that might be worst moment of the year.
Your worst segment of the year. We talked about it already. That MJF promo with
Awful.
Double J. I've got one, and I may have been the only person who said this. I think people probably forgot about it. It was such a failure that the next week and weeks and weeks and weeks after, Dynamite did not have an intro because Tony Khan at the beginning of 2025 changed the music to Dynamite. And the open was I'm So Excited by the Pointer Sisters.
Which is a good hot song recently released.
Yeah, just came out 40 years ago. When I think of look at I'm stabbing a guy with a fork, I'm drowning a guy in a fish tank, I think of I'm So Excited by the Pointer Sisters.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
I mean, when I want to watch some wrestling,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
Right.
The internet blew up. Even the most hardcore AEW people are like, get that off. Never show that again.
I'm so scared!
Never show that again. And they didn't have an open for weeks until I think they went back to their original song.
It's like
anyway, that's number one.
naming
for
a
me.
pay-per-view Great
Because-
Balls of Fire.
I mean, that is the microcosm of everything. He does this stuff that he likes. He books a show for him, and it's his company. He
His
should.
money, yeah.
But He does not book for the world. He books for himself. And he thought this was a good idea because he and his dad probably roll around in their yacht listening to it.
And God bless them if they do, and you want to do that.
Fine.
That's great. You know,
I don't dislike that song, but wrestling, that's going to be your open to wrestling. Anything that has anything to do with Harley's puppet, if that was on the other channel,
they'd be butchering it.
It'd be crucified.
Yes.
And then the Kenny Omega promo where he's talking to the Young Bucks, and he says at least 3 times, telling stories about, I went to my friend's house who was playing video games, and his dog
Would take a dookie on the floor.
and he just keeps saying, take a dookie over and over and over. That's your main dude. Best announcer of the year. Michael Cole is a big winner, although we did get a lot of votes for other guys. Michael Cole takes it 23.5%, 17.6%. Wade Barrett right there in second place.
I like Barrett.
And then Nigel McGuinness and Pat McAfee
not like
come
Pat.
in tied. Joe Tessitore coming in with about 12%
He's done a pretty
of
good
the
job.
vote. Tess gets it. Michael Cole is who I had, Nick. I
Same
think
here.
that's who you had as well. Corey Graves. I got Big E in there, too. I think he does a good job on the pre- and post-game shows.
I like Wade.
Worst announcer of the year.
The entire
It is
AEW.
Excalibur. Excalibur is your winner. Followed closely behind is Tony Schiavone, who I had number 1. I loved him at WCW. I don't love is just not the right word. I thought he was fine. I don't know what he's doing now in
Me either.
AEW. Like, I don't.
He was just there in WCW.
Goes,
He
what a
wasn't-
moment!
Yeah.
What a moment!
Yeah.
Oh, this is great, guys. That's all he does. Booker T is tied along with Tony Schiavone. He's talking about a guy just making noise. Oh, but yeah, he's there. And then Pat, worst announcer though, is Excalibur, 23.5%.
I agree. I have him as number 1 too.
If they haven't hung up already or shut us off already, I got Renee.
She's awful.
I don't think she's awful. But
do.
this is what's happened to her. She's now in on all this. Like, she jokes around, especially like Mercedes, when she's doing the interviews. Like, she's screwing around with her and everything. And I'm like, no, you're the announcer. Right. You're not part of the joke or whatever. And then the whole thing with her and her husband, who's holding AEW hostage, that's your husband. And that plays no part in it. It's just weird. Best show of the year. Best show. This one, very tight. We had 4 of them. They were all neck and neck. When we reviewed it, we said, hey, this might be the show of the year. Evolution wins. 20.6% of the vote. Right behind it, we do have a tie for second, 17.6%. The Elimination Chamber and All in Texas come in second, and then right behind them, WrestleMania Night 2, which had the amazing start, and then the finish was a wet fart. Blood and Guts got a bunch of votes as well. But Evolution.
You know, I think what helped Evolution too is I didn't have high expectations going into that.
Yeah.
Nothing against them. I just didn't feel like there was a lot of big feuds and going on in that. And boy, oh boy, did they deliver and prove me wrong. I personally had the Chamber because I thought the Chamber from start to finish was action-packed and perfect. The right people won. The matches were awesome.
Cena turns.
I think All In might be the best pay-per-view I've ever seen AEW do. Like, the show worked.
Our last couple awards, we will begin with the tag teams. Worst
all of them.
Tag team of the year. Horrible year for tag teams. How do you decide?
Maybe this is as bad as like the Heavenly Bodies were like saying, you guys are bad, man.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
The voting is filled up. It is spread out. But your winner, 20.6%, Big Bill and Brian Keith
His name's Big
are
Bill.
your winners for worst of the year. Then we have a tie for second. Shocked here a little bit. The New Day. They did the turn, and then it went nowhere.
They did nothing.
It went nowhere.
I don't blame people for voting. I was upset. We had all waited for this.
Years.
We were like, turn the New Day. Let's see them. And they gave them the titles, did nothing with them, took the titles off them, and then took them off TV.
Yep.
For horrible. I get it.
Wyatts are tied with the New Day. The Young Bucks coming in with nearly 12% of the vote. and then a bunch FTR, Meechin, and BFAB. Surprised they didn't get more votes, probably because they weren't on.
They're
as
not
much.
as heavy,
And
as
then
in the
Ty
main
J
event.
also right there. But yeah, Big Bill and Brian Keith, not much to say about them.
No.
Let's talk about ours though. You have DIY number one.
Please take them off my screen. Like I'm sorry. They're awful. Gargano
Right.
comes
So
out
can
to
everybody.
crickets, man. Like they need to do more like when he was with his wife and kind of using her and kind of like
SummerSlam match.
there was something there. TJ is just unwatchable. Like it's immediate channel change for me. Like I'm sorry. I just don't like him.
So I have, again, as you had to vote for one, but on our list, if I was doing it myself, I got 3 tied for first place, and they were all kind of the same. I went with the Young Bucks, number one, because you want to talk, they are immediate channel change. I don't like anything about them. You talked about Orange Cassidy being bad for the business. I think it's the same thing
I do
over
too.
here, where their their jokes are not funny to me. Like, I don't like it. The poor bucks and all that. Like, all that, it's just not funny to me at all. And I think it makes the business look bad. I don't like the no-selling matches. That's not my style. If it's yours, that's awesome, but it's not mine. And I have tied for first FTR and DIY. They're all tied. They're all the same to me. They're little guys. They can work, obviously,
again, we keep saying
but I
that.
just don't like them. I don't like their gimmicks. And in the FTR case, I don't want to hear them on the internet talking.
The AEW defenders who don't realize they're turning people off to their product more than they're turning people on.
Best tag team.
No.
Again, very hard,
Yeah,
man,
oh, God.
because it was not a good year for tag teams whatsoever. Best tag team ends up being Brodito. Second half of this year, they've really been elevated big time in AEW. They're the tag team champs. You got the small guy and the big guy, kind of old school a little bit, so that's good. They win big, 26.5%. They are followed by the Hardys and the Hurt Syndicate. They come in tied for second, and then Alexa and Charlotte coming in behind them, and then again, a bunch of other votes out there. For one guy wrote nobody. There's a lot of that because tags and factions were very tough this year. Brodito is your winner, though. As for us, you had the Hurt Syndicate.
I did.
And I had the Hardys. So our guys come in tied for second.
Hurt Syndicate seemed like they had the titles for a while, so I voted for them. Alexa and Charlotte, I kind of voted for them on what it started as because there was something there. It did not work, or it was written the wrong way. I don't know what the argument is.
It just cooled off.
Yes. And then Judgment Day I wrote because they were in the title picture all year.
Yeah.
Like you never got them out of it. They were the consistent in the title
And
picture.
JD and Finn, that is.
Yeah, and
Yep.
JD and Finn. Yeah. So
Yeah, I got the Hardys. Hard to believe in 2025, the Hardys, and they're in TNA, and they're the guys. But there was nobody else. I'm like,
this
oh,
was
man,
tough.
what to do. Worst female of the year, and this is probably going to piss some people off, but it ain't just me saying it. Sports Illustrated saying it. No, actually, they're not. Just me saying it. But 20.6% of our audience is saying it. Mercedes wins worst female
So
of
just
the year.
throwing a bunch of titles on her did not work, I
Well,
guess.
not for our audience.
Yeah.
Apparently, it did Sports Illustrated because they have her number one. So do the other
Folks,
ones. Our
but
people
let's look
do
at my
not
list.
agree with
Jeez.
it whatsoever.
No.
Right behind her is B-Fab, and then a tie with Nikki Bella and Jade coming in tied about 15%. And Nia Jax. But it is Mercedes coming in. And yes, I did say it. I got Mercedes number one for exactly what I said. This is supposed to be your main event, and I can't watch her do anything but wrestle. And people might go, well, that's what it's called, Ryan. It's called wrestling. You should want to watch. Well, there's more to it than that. And everything else that she does is god-awful. It's god awful. Every promo she cuts is worse than the last one. I can't deal with it, and I know you have her on your list too, Statlander. She's their world
she's still an
champion.
alien?
She doesn't know now.
Oh,
like she makes alien inferences, and
That's good.
She cannot cut a promo still to this day. She doesn't know if she's like a normal girl or an alien.
That's why I put her.
And she's the number one girl.
She
right
doesn't
now.
seem to be getting better, Ryan. That's what I'm saying. Like, people, when you have Jade on there, I can actually say I think Jade is better now than she was a year ago. Like, I'm
not saying much. But
no,
yes.
it's not. I get it. But Chris Statlander is not moving, man.
No.
Like, it's the same turn off my television.
You have, speaking of,
She gets-
B-Fab number one.
She's terrible. I don't know what you got to do with this. And her name is B-Fab, dude.
That's because she B-Fab, though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, she's explained that.
It's a hard thing because Mercedes Moné is bigger, and that's why maybe she's
That's
because
why
she's not,
I have her,
right.
yeah.
But I'd almost rather watch her than B-Fab. Like, B-Fab is immediate. Like, she needs a whole new gimmick, a whole new revamp, a whole new everything.
She's more like D- Fab.
barely passing Fab.
You're right. They are worse than Mercedes. There's no question. But they are not on that
I get it,
much. And this girl is on all
That's a great point. You
the
could argue.
time. And main event. Here we go. Female of the year. The best female wrestler out there in North America, which we didn't say, by the way. We aren't counting New Japan. We're not counting CMLL and all that because we don't see it enough.
Right.
So, just the main American companies here is what we're looking at. Best female of the year. Man, we got another tie, Nick. And this one is another one that just happened today. Some late votes came in and pushed these two above. It was Stephanie Vicaire. For the whole week, this voting was open. Stephanie was at number one. Late push here today. Toni Storm, Io Sky, tied. Coming in at 17.6%. They hold off Stephanie at 14.7%. And then Becky and Mercedes. So Mercedes wins worst. And then she comes in third place over here. Io and Toni, probably the two favorite currently in each company. Obviously, Toni is. And then Io, man, people have always liked her. But, man, especially since that feud with Rhea in the spring, man, she's come up.
Yep.
And here she is, best female.
People get what they want. I drastically disagree.
Yes.
But, and again, when I say disagree, I don't mean sucks. Like, Io has had a great year.
Yeah.
People can like Toni Storm. I think they do because she's really the only character with a complete gimmick around her in the female division in AEW.
We both have Becky.
I don't understand
number
how it's
one.
not.
Yeah, I don't either. I have no clue, actually. Now, our guy Hump, he can't stand Becky. And he's told me numerous times, he's like, I'm just kind of over it. And he doesn't want to see her again.
I'm sorry. The Intercontinental title it was bigger than the two world titles.
She has good matches. She cuts the best promos by far.
Dude, the Sports Illustrated. I'm sorry. It's funny to me. It's not just me saying it.
Yeah.
Sports
Unfortunately, it's not Sports Illustrated after the voting here, so
Yeah.
she's got to stop saying
yeah,
that.
the job guys aren't saying it. Yeah.
Yeah. The job guys are saying it. Becky, if you hear this,
we
throw us
did.
out there.
We voted you.
We are saying that.
The necessity of a job guy.
You've got Naomi second and Tiffany third.
Tiffany, I felt bad for. And that's why I vote, because she had
Never lost.
a spectacular year that no one talked about. Dave beat Charlotte at WrestleMania, held the title for an insanely long time, has one, maybe two losses this year.
None until the end.
Until the end.
And she
went
lost
undefeated. And they didn't even advertise that.
I got Becky number one. I've got Mariah / Blake Monroe number two. She was my winner last year. Two more. Best and worst male of the year. The big winners of the evening.
Who's the big winner here tonight?
Mikey.
Mikey is the big winner. And this year, Mikey is Chris Jericho.
Crazy how he got that. I get it. I understand it. But, boy, he was gone a lot.
But, yes, he left in, March. Now, it tells you how bad that was. Uncle Howdy comes in second. And then a three-way tie for third. J.C. Mateo. What's he done since coming to WWE? Jungle Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia. It's going to be very interesting if Jericho does come to WWE. What the heck is going to happen?
Crazy too, because maybe 2-3 years ago, me and you were sitting here arguing with people who had him in the top 10, top 20, and they were like, this is one of the greatest guys of all time.
When he lost all that weight,
Yeah.
and he had a couple of good matches and things, and people were like, oh, he's top 10 ever. And then within a year.
I mean, how many factions has he been in that have not worked?
And they're all the same.
And they
Granted,
needed him.
of course.
I think it really legitimized their title to put it on him right off the bat, because he's a former WWE champ, you know. And but no, it's over, Ryan.
Oh, I do want to read a couple of the write-ins because some of them are pretty good. We got a Travis Scott write-in. So he got a vote. Logan Paul with the barf emoji afterward. So Logan Paul gets that one.
Really? Okay.
Okada, but can I vote for Tony Khan? ?
Yeah, Nick, what's up, buddy?
You've got Uncle Howdy, followed by your boy,
Orange Cassidy. I'm going to keep voting him, people, until they take him off AEW.
And then we don't need to spend a lot of time on it, but a guy we haven't spoken about yet. He's come back. They put him kind of in a major angle. Hook.
I don't get him, Ryan. He's too small, can't talk. He looks like he's in high school. And that's weird when I'm saying like he's too little for AEW. Like, I mean, that's, you know, but he is.
I cannot believe more people didn't vote for this guy, Daniel Garcia.
Who gets pushed a lot.
How many times are they going to try with this guy? He has nothing. You want to talk about a small guy? He has no definition.
None.
He can't talk. And they tried again with this guy. They put him in the Death Riders. I don't get it, dude. It makes no sense. Along the same lines, Jungle Boy, it ain't happening. All right, Nick, the big award of the evening, Best Male, the Wrestler of the Year. To me, it was no question. Despite the ups and downs from this year, all the stuff that could have been better, maybe the heel turn was botched, didn't work out the way we thought it would. What the heck happened? He's still the guy that sold boatloads of tickets all over the country and world. John Cena. He wins 26.5% of the vote, followed by Dominic Mysterio.
That makes sense.
Number
I got no
two.
I got no problem with that.
I don't have a problem with it either. I'm just shocked by it.
I think it shows you there's people are behind this dude.
Yeah. Hangman Page comes in third.
I can see that.
And then a bunch of ties.
100%.
Seth, Roman, Swerve, and Will Ospreay all coming in tied for fourth place. But John Cena, and that's the guy we both had number one.
Yeah. Ryan, that's where we were checking our calendars. That's why we went to Grand Rapids. If he wasn't on that card, we're not going.
We're not going.
I remember every one of Cena's matches.
Yeah, I can list them in order.
Yep. But most of them, it's the best match of the night when he fought Cody at SummerSlam. Best match with AJ. Best match with Logan Paul. You know, you go down this, probably the best match with Punk the night they fought. You know, yeah, could it have been better? 100%. But Ryan, I don't even think this is close.
Kind of the same way and even further than with Becky, where I'm like, how is she not number one? I think how is Cena not number one by a mile? He is literally the only thing people really, really, really cared about,
right?
At least in WWE all year long, even as bad as some of the stuff was. It's crazy to me. I got him number one. You have Seth at number two, and you do have Dirty Dom at number three. I'm along the same lines. Roman Reigns is still number two to me because whenever he was there, the place came unglued.
Oh, yeah.
It mattered as much as anything when he was there. I wish he was around more, but obviously that ain't happening anymore. So, but I got him number two, and I have Dom number three also. I thought he was huge beginning when he won that IC title at WrestleMania. How cool and big was that?
This is what I'm saying about this year. I think we're going to be in trouble next year if Roman is not there on a more regular basis. Cena is gone. The difference between where Roman and Cena are and I love Seth Rollins. I love Cody Rhodes. You know this. There is a gap between Roman and these guys. And God, if you like Punk, I get it. There's a gap between Roman and Punk too.
The guys you just named, CM Punk got 5.9% of the vote. Not a lot. He did not get a lot. Cody Rhodes got even less. 2.9% of the vote for Wrestler of the Year.
I think people are getting stale on him.
Gunther, 2.9 also. You know, but Punk was kind of shocking to be down that low as well. You know, and those are your champions right now. And they barely registered. And they registered like 12 percentage points behind Dominic. It's kind of crazy to me, but
I think Dominic, I think what people also like on Dom, it's something new. Like we keep looking at, here comes Brock Lesnar, here comes Nikki Bella, here comes Trish Stratus.
Right.
I'm waiting to see Bob Backlund this next weekend. Like we keep dusting off these old guys because I don't know that they've got enough juice. Cody even came out and said recently, he was like, he's not big on bringing back these older guys.
Right.
He thinks it's our time to shine. I wish it was.
hey, we appreciate you guys for making it all the way through this and appreciate you for filling out those ballots. We got more votes than we've ever gotten by like 10 times.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. We appreciate all you guys out there. And
The job guys will never tap out to end the show.
No, absolutely not. No, that's not the way. That's not the way it works. That other people have tapped out, I think, maybe a half hour ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate you, man. Till next time, job guys, out.
You smell something, it's us, because we're the stuff.